Hello everybody, my name is Brian Locke and welcome to Making Monday. Hello to Hassiter, Mike Swan, Gavin and Melmoth the sheep and whoever else is here. And it's not Leo. How's it going? It's going pretty good, Leo. How's it going with you? Let me make sure my phone is on silent. And it is. And O'Bridger, how are you? Yeah, I don't know if any follow soccer, but Ireland were playing in the under-17 European Championships, and yeah, something weird happened there. It was a penalty shootout with the Netherlands, and the keeper got sent off. It was a real weird situation. Like, this poor kid was like bawling his eyes out. I've never seen a keeper get sent off in a penalty shootout before, but that's what happened. Okay, so yeah, kind of been a busy enough week for me this week. Last week was my first week in the new office, so I was driving up and down to Dublin instead of Galway. It's nearly twice as long as a journey, so it's pretty tiring in the evening times, but I managed to release a video that won for PsyQ. So if you like post bags, there's a new video up on my YouTube channel, all from PsyQ. So big thanks to him for providing all that, and I'm sorry it took so long to make that video. And also I wrote up an Instructables and Hackster.io write-up, I don't know what they're called, for the LED matrix project. So yeah, those are all things that I was doing this week. So yeah, hey Peter and Gregor, that's much easier to pronounce than Obergurger or whatever however you would pronounce your the way it's currently written. Yeah, so if you were watching on Saturday, hey Blueprint 3D, I stream on Saturday mornings as well, pretty early. It's like 8 o'clock Irish time, so that would be like 9 Central European time. It's just because it's like a time that suits me. I know it's not a great time to stream, but it suits me because like my daughter's normally still in bed, so I'm not kind of eating into any family time or anything with it. But I was doing beginner live streams, and I decided to change that to be just working on projects, because the people who were showing up to them already, weren't beginners, so like they weren't getting anything from it. I wasn't really getting anything from it, so nobody was getting anything from it. So I've changed to work on project videos, and this is what we were working on Saturday. So you will have seen this display a few times if you're familiar with my channel. Let me just turn off the auto everything of the webcam. Yeah, that should be a bit better. Yeah, so I've moved away from the beginner stuff. But it's not a good format. Live streams I don't think are a good format for that either. So I at some stage I'll make beginners videos, but yeah. What was Saturday's achievement? Did I get an achievement? I don't know. Maybe I did. Oh, what did I do? Oh, sorry, what did we get out of it? So what this is, I actually had this working for the unconference, the Hackaday unconference as well. So what it is we have an ESP32. The colors are really weird. I think my white balance is off. Is it? I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't have the red thing there when I'm adjusting my white balance. Okay, let's see how that is. This still seems a bit weird, but it's fine. Yeah, so what this is it's an ESP32 here. We've got a Max 7219 LED matrix. It just has that stylish red tape on it. So that's fine. It also has a servo motor. You are not focused at all at the moment, so let's fix that. There, that's pretty good. Got a servo motor attached to it, and we got a buzzer. So what we were doing with on Saturday was we were Telegram Messenger supports live location, and what that does is like every minute or something, and I need to actually check that on today's stream. Every minute it updates your location and sends that to a chat recipient, so your coordinates. So you can set up a Telegram bot on an ESP8266 or an ESP32. So what I'm doing is every time I get a coordinate from the Telegram message, I'm taking that coordinate and I'm sending it to Google Maps, and I'm getting the live travel time between those coordinates and a location. So the idea is to make a project that I can turn on when I'm leaving work, and so on my phone I take out Telegram, open up the chat that has this bot on it, and send my live location to it, and this device will be in my kitchen at home, and it will display the live travel time of when I'll be home. So that'll be useful for my wife, so she knows when to expect me home. And the reason I have this servo motor is because I'm also going to make a second half of this display for my daughter, which is going to be like a hand. If you look up in the, I don't know, that way, it's going to be like a hand that when I'm 100% away, it's going to be over to the left, or to whichever way, to the left, and then as I get closer it'll move more and more. So like, even though she's only nearly 2, she might be able to tell like how far away I am, or as she gets older she will for sure, but she can't read, so that isn't much use to her. So we'll probably put some LEDs around that as well, some neopixels or whatever. And then also the buzzer is just for some audio feedback, so like when I start sharing my location in the first place, maybe play a little jingle, and then every 10 minutes I'm closer, I'll play a jingle again just to light it up. And so just to go back through some of the chats. Hey Subtix, how's it going? Peter, you're welcome for the tutorial. Glad you liked it. And it's not Leo. Oh, you bought one of the P3 matrices. Yeah, they're so good. They're my favorite display by a mile. Subtext, why does it send your location? Is that, yeah, so I can't show you the entire way through because I'll share my location with you on phone, so that's not something I want to do. But so this is it's gonna hard to get there. That'll do for the minute. So what we did on Saturday was actually we enabled a fake GPS location. Actually, I can probably do that. Hey Dave Watson, yeah, aren't you streaming? I saw a notification come in on my YouTube. How's it going? Yeah, so this is what you do is you press this share button here, and then you press location, and then there's an option for live location, and then you can set a time then as well. So do you want to share your location for 15 minutes, an hour, or or 8 hours. So, you know, by default, it doesn't it doesn't share your location at all. Hey, Gaylord. I was just explaining I was explaining what this project does, and the blinking LEDs are the least of its features, I would say. It's more of an IoT project. Yeah. So I just thought it'd be a fun project because you know, the code for it is actually quite small, and I can show you that now. So like at the moment, it's just a really basic thing working. It's like when I share my location to the bot, it will go to Google Maps, get the travel time, and display it here. So none of the what is this thing called? The servo isn't there. The buzzer isn't doing anything. Yeah, there's some other problems with it too. Like, for example, if I stop sharing my location, it will just display the last known time or travel time forever. Like, so at some stage I need to tell it to show something else. Like, if it hasn't gotten, I don't know, travel time in 5 minutes, it should show something else, like lost travel time or finished or anything. Just not keep showing that over and over again. So, like, the code it's just making use of two of my libraries, the Universal Telegram Bot library and the Google Maps API library. Now, so there's other libraries at play here as well, but they're the two kind of main ones. The reason I'm doing it on an ESP32, is because an ESP8266 can't drive this display and fetch data at the same time, while an ESP32 can, because I'm running the display on the second core of the ESP32. Yeah, so there's a bit of code for that. This is just me driving the display. Literally, it's just, there is a global variable called Telegram message, and it's just, if I set this global variable new data flag, just set the next text on this thing to be whatever we set it to. So, like, it also supports changing the text. I think it should, right? Maybe not. Oh, it did. Just took a while. Yeah. So, so the dual core of the ESP32 is pretty nice. So then, yeah, just in the setup, it's just basic Wi-Fi code, initializing the LED matrix. This is the code to run the dual core task. And then there is, I'll go into the loop. Every second, basically, I'm checking Telegram for new data. And then here's where I get the Telegram data. This is a little bit sort of complicated. I won't go through it exactly bit by bit, but this is the important part. Hey Sil, how's it going? This is the important part here. So if the message contains a longitude and latitude value, I parse the longitude and latitude into a string in the format that Google Maps likes it in, and then I send I call this get travel time method, which is up here. And what this does is it takes that coordinates, sends it to Google Maps with the home coordinates. This isn't my actual home, Dublin, Ireland, but when I finish the project, it will be my home coordinates, but I don't want to share them with you. I'm sorry. So yeah, it makes that request, gets the response back. This duration in traffic is the travel time adjusted for the traffic that Google Maps sees. So it just returns that. That's like there's two different properties available on duration and traffic. There's text and there's value. So value is time in minutes that it expects to take, and text is like readable text, as in like 2 hours and 50 minutes or whatever. Yeah, so that's it in terms of, like, I know there's a bit of code in there. It's somewhat complicated, but like if you think about what this is doing, this is like literally getting live location data from one person, and going to Google Maps, getting live traffic data for that location, and calculating how long it's going to take to get home. I think it's pretty nice. So what I was going to do is, let's maybe open up Notepad or something fun like that. Can I make the text bigger? Page setup? No. Is it font? Surely that's it. Yes. Okay, so I need to add some new features. Ooh, the game girl. I haven't really done anything. That's a Raspberry Pi, right? I haven't done anything with games in a Raspberry Pi, actually. Yeah, so some of the features that we need to add. The first thing I need to check is how often does Telegram update the live location? Because that the free version of Google Maps has a limited amount of requests you can make in a day, or maybe it's a month. I'm not 100% sure. So like if Telegram only updates every minute for the 2 hours it takes me to get home, or roughly, like that'll be fine, because I'm not checking any other time, and I'm also not checking on the weekend and stuff like that. Who's that subtext? Yeah, that's why I went into software development, because I can't speak English very well. Yeah, so it's just important to check that. I think it only updates every minute, so hopefully that's alright. That's fine. I'm just going to get rid of this serial print, and I'm going to put in a serial print that is, just in case I make a mistake with the fake in my GPS location. I have to be super careful. Updated. So yeah, I don't need to see exactly what it is. I just want to make sure it's not updating every like 2 seconds or whatever. So that's one thing I need to do. An audio cue that it started. Any will do. Any audio cue that it has started. Cue is spelled with a C in this context, I believe. So yeah, just anything to say like, hey, it started, because like the idea will be that this is going to be in my kitchen, and I want it to be like a notification that I'm coming home, because I'm such a big deal. No, it's so that like people can see, oh right, I can take a look at that now to see what's the story with that. So that needs to be done. I think we could also do the servo motor stuff pretty easily. Like just what I was going to base it on is, rather than base it on the duration, because the duration is kind of flexible based on like traffic or whatever, as in it could say, hey, it's going to take me an hour and a half to get home, and then I meet traffic on the way home, and now suddenly that time has increased. So like, how do you move your dial back up one? That doesn't seem to make sense to me. So what I was thinking of with the dial was to keep it as a representation of the distance. So like when you start the journey, the distance that it is your 100% mark, and then we'll mark it down as we get closer and closer and closer. So yep, that should do. Yeah, so I think there is plenty of other stuff as well, like the NeoPixels is another one. Handle getting home, I guess, or handle finishing. That probably needs to be pretty high, like as in when I get home. Like it has to do something, like it has to stop displaying the text and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's another thing. There's some other sort of less kind of cool stuff. We probably won't be doing them in streams. I'd say if I get these 3 things done and maybe this thing done, I think we would have been super successful. But there's other stuff like I need to tie down authentication. Like I can't have it that if just random people find my bot that they can just send their location and it's updating a device in my kitchen. Especially seeing as you can send it messages. So that's pretty easily done in Telegram, because when you sign up you get a unique chat ID, it's called, and you can just basically say, hey, if that message is not from Brian's chat ID, I don't care about it. Yeah. Hey, so just checking in the chat here. So Hassiter, it takes hey, Realmies is what I was saying hey to. I'll get to you in a second. Hassiter, it takes between an hour and a half and 2 hours for me to get home. My previous the office in Galway was a lot closer. Robbie. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, Rob, I've seen you on Dave's streams, haven't I? Oh, has Dave actually sent people here or something? What a guy. Yeah, so that's good to know. I'll try to remember that, and feel free to remind me if I forget. Yeah, so that was why it was kind of a tough decision to take the job, but like it was something I was really interested in, so I was happy to swallow that pill of extra driving. Tuki. That it kind of both to that question. Let me just show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like without tape on it. So it's a single module. I haven't stuck anything together. You buy it like this. It's maybe $4 or $5 delivered from AliExpress, or is it even that expensive? It's about $4 delivered, I think. But it is made up of like 4 individual ones. Like you could break these off from each other and use them individually. So each one has this 8x8 matrix and a Max 7219 chip underneath it. You can kind of see it in there. Can you pair multiples? I think you can connect up to 8. I think. I'm not 100% sure. You can definitely connect more than 4, because I know Hassiter had a clock that had at least 6. You can also buy these modules individually as well, and or modules like them. But yeah, these are pretty good. But if you're looking for like a big display or whatever, I would definitely recommend checking out this display, which I've been doing a lot of streams and videos on recently. So if I was picking one display, I would buy that display. It's more expensive. It's $20, but it's 64 by 32. So like it's a super high resolution. It's RGB. It's just super nice. I really like them. So authentication is another thing. Is there anything else? I think that would be the majority of it. Excuse me. I boiled a kettle for myself earlier and I forgot to make myself tea. Oops. I kind of have a sore throat, so that's why I was making myself tea. But I think this would be the majority of it. How many more? I just need 2 or 3 lines to keep. Yeah. So the 32, like those kind of displays that I showed earlier, they're called LED matrices. You can get them in different resolutions as well. So yeah, like that 32 by 64 would be great for that kind of stuff. Like, as in if you wanted 3 different lines of text. I think it supports 4 lines of text at that kind of a resolution. So yeah. What do I see here? Vertical to before. Yeah. A friend of mine wanted to buy one of those P3 matrix displays as well, and I was showing him before I released the video, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get one. Just let me know when the video comes out." And then the video came out, and it actually sold out on Amazon.co.uk. So yeah. Yeah, Tuki, if you look at my YouTube channel, which is there, name of it, if you look for the video with the picture of Mario on it, that's describing this display, or that display, the one that the bigger one, and kind of how to use it and stuff, so hopefully that's everything you need. Yeah, it's not Leo, you do need to find a good power supply for it too, yeah, so that's mentioned in the video as well. Like, that's a big advantage of this, is that you can just power it straight off the micro USB. I'm not sure if I mentioned as well what I want to do with this device when I get it going. One second. I don't. Oh, there it is. So this is going to be the final resting place for the device. It's a picture frame from IKEA. So I'm just gonna move the back of it out to the front, and so then where am I? Let's just go to just me for a second. Yeah, so the dial will be up the top or something. The dial will be up the top, and that display thing will be down the bottom. Leo, I did not buy any more. I only have one. Maybe my next payday I'll buy another one. I did buy more power supplies. That I did do. Oh yeah. This I'll get on to the project at hand now in 2 seconds. Just let me show you something. So this is a big box, and it is literally almost full of mailbag or mail from China. It dates back. So what I do to give a more accurate representation on my postbag videos of how long it takes, I write the date down on most of the packages. I forgot to do it on some of them, but like this one is 18th of April, which is almost a month ago. So I'm really looking forward to opening my post. It's not Leo. The video description. The video description has of that LED matrix one has a couple of power supplies listed. I'm almost certain that this is the power supplies just by the weight of them. I apparently ordered that. Is there a date on it? I don't see a date on it, but it was pretty quick to come, actually. Stuff is coming so much faster for me at the moment. Like it has been reduced down to 2 or 3 weeks. After it taken like 2 or 3 months for a while there. Hey, Neskimo, thanks for that. You are more than welcome. Yeah, I'm delighted to see people like that LED matrix one. Yeah, no, really appreciate that, Neskimo. Thank you. It sure is, and yeah, still under 10 days. That's crazy. Okay, so let's jump into this stuff. So, how often does Telegram update location? So let's find that out first. So let's upload this to the board. COM port 6, and let's press upload. If you don't open them when they arrive, how do you manage clicking the confirm? That's a good question, Gavin. I normally don't wait this long. Normally it'd be like 2 weeks max, and it normally is okay. I guess, yeah, for bigger stuff, I don't know, really. Like, most of the time they just extend it if you haven't done anything with it. I guess, yeah, I'm in a bad situation at the moment in terms of, like, yeah, I can't say for sure that I got something or didn't get something or whatever, so, yeah, I think most of the time they give you like 90 days, and things are coming pretty fast at the moment. So, yeah, a lot of the times I can't tell what it is either. No, it's just like that LED, or sorry, the power supply box is big and heavy, and I was like, what did I order that was big and heavy? And I was like, oh, the power supplies. Yeah. Let me share a link to the video. Or, if you would prefer, actually, let's share a link to Instructables. I actually made the front page of Instructables, which I'm super happy with. This is what you get when you draw a picture of the people's mascots. Yeah, so there's links for the there is links for the stuff down there. Dave Darko, I don't know what you mean by postcodes. Yeah, sometimes on the label as well, they'll give you like super accurate descriptions. Like a lot of the time it's like EL board or something, but sometimes it's like, I am such and such a thing, Mac 7219 display, 4 modules, you know. Yeah, so there's links to the power supply that I used in there, and also links to them on amazon.co.uk and .com, but I got the one from where did I get it from? AliExpress. There is an LNC registered. Yeah. Okay, so let's jump into it. So, right. So I am done uploading. I'm going to turn on my GPS faking app, which is, I didn't show that one on screen the last time. Fake GPS. This guy down here. And it worked really well, actually. I was impressed with it. Okay, so I've turned on my fake GPS. I'm going to go into Telegram, and I'm going to share my live location. Ooh, my battery's running low. That's perfect. I don't have a USB Type-C charger here either, so and my fake location has worked okay. It thinks I'm in Galway, which is good. And I'm gonna share my location for 15. So yeah, this is the screen you see. You can share your location for 15 minutes. And yeah. So let me just go to Desk Plus Me for a second, make sure I didn't share anything I wasn't meant to. I'm gonna just reset this board. I wouldn't normally set the baud rate to be that. I normally go with 11.5200. Yes, so I'm just gonna delete my live location and send it again. Okay, so it updated there once. Okay, I missed a ton of messages. I'm super nervous about it, Dave. Or David, sorry. So nervous about it. I didn't know how I was gonna do it actually. Someone on Saturday morning mentioned to me about the fake GPS apps. I didn't even know about it. So yeah, you can see on screen there. So it thinks I'm in Galway at the moment, and it's asking, or like it's getting directions to Dublin. So it's the live travel time for that is 2 hours and 7 minutes. Sending power. It's not. It's got long reach. Do not make fake GPS senders. I'm not sure if that's for me still, but it's spoofing the GPS on my phone. Like, so it's like Telegram gets the location from my phone, and like this app basically fakes that the location is wherever I want it to be. So let's see, have I gotten many updates? Yeah, it's updating like every minute or something, so there's no issues with that. Yeah, that matrix looks good, and that power supply looks good as well, Peter. Thanks for the links. It doesn't seem to be based on the movements, Leo. It has maybe it is. Well, I can move the location around on this fake GPS app, and it doesn't seem to have. It hasn't sent an update from that yet, but I haven't seen it. Okay, I got an update there now, and it has moved me. It's a good thing I wasn't showing you, because it seems to have. I either set my fake location to be right beside my house, or the fake GPS is after getting overwritten. Oh no, it's not. It just looks like the road to my house. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It did seem to update a little bit more often there now, so maybe you could be right. Okay, how long have I been running this test? I can, of course, Dave. Because it's updated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times since I started running this test. Don't feel like I've been doing that for 8 minutes. Google Play Store. Yeah, I think I will just need to save the location and just send it on at a max every minute or something. We can do that some other time. Fake GPS. Coming in the chat now is the one that I have used. But I'm sure, yeah, the one that Sil link to is probably just as good. Yeah, but I don't know, the one I'm using seems to be pretty fine anyways. What else is there? Oh, whoops. I'm just reading your messages there, so tomorrow breakfast at Brian's house. Yeah, I'm really hoping to avoid that situation. I don't have enough chairs for all of you. Could you not log in and receive location updates next time you drive and see if it's stable at every minute? Yeah, so actually that's a good idea. What I'll do is tomorrow when I'm driving home, every time I get a location, I'll send myself back a message. So my phone will be hopping on the way home, but like when I get home, I'll easily be able to count the amount of messages I received. So yeah, that should work. I don't eat breakfast without the coffee on. Yeah, I feel like I make pretty good coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore though. I was kind of using it as a crux to like not sleep enough, and yeah, so I decided I'd stop drinking coffee. So what I'm gonna do here is I am going to do bot.send message, I think. Is that what I need to do? Bot.send message. I need my chat ID, which I can get from here, sort of. I'm feeling powerfully lazy. Chat ID 1. Bot.send message. I think that will work. I actually can't remember if I need more than that. Let me just go to the examples. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Oops. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send a Telegram message back to myself every time I get an update. So I'm just doing bot.send message. So like the chat ID would be who sent it the message, so it will reply to that person, which is me. So I just need to go into the examples and just make sure I'm using this correctly. So EchoBot basically works the same as that. Let's see. EchoBot. So where is it? Num messages loop. Get updates. Yeah, bot.send message. So text and then just a blank one. Yeah, see you, Dev. Take care of yourself. There. So now, if we upload that, I should get a message back. What you need for Telegram is a bot token for each bot that you want. But like it's super easy to set it up. I can't show you my Telegram because like it's my personal messenger or whatever. But it's literally you sign up for an account, which is all free. When you get your account, you search for a user called botfather, like Godfather, but with bot in the front of it, and you just follow his instructions. It'll take like 10 seconds to set up a new bot, and then you just take your API key. I have it in, the bot token that it gives you back. I have it in secret.h, but you just pass it into the Telegram bot, and then that's it. Then you can talk to that bot that you created. Like honestly, once you have the app installed, you would have this up and running in less than 10 minutes, 100%. So I actually really like it. Yeah, I don't know if it's big in whatever countries you guys are from. It's not big in Ireland. Other than my group of friends, I don't know. You do need to give it a phone number. Yep, that's how they authenticate you. It's the same as I think WhatsApp require one too. So like you need to set it up on your phone. There is like Windows apps and Mac apps and stuff, but you do need to set it up on your phone. So it requires a phone number. Yeah, it's the main one that like me and my wife use or something. But yeah, we use like WhatsApp is the big one in Ireland, and maybe followed by Messenger, then maybe Telegram. But really, it'd be like a distant third. Like you wouldn't. It'd be so weird to find someone who's like, oh, can I add you on Telegram? Yeah. So that's still. I don't know. That just worries me so much. It just looks kind of like the road from my house, but it's not the road from my house. So I don't know. Yeah, so now it's sending me back updated. Oh, come on. Updated. So anytime it receives a Google Maps update. So yeah, that'll be something I can check out tomorrow. My phone will just be hopping. Yeah, so that's that done for now. Yeah, okay. We'll verify tomorrow. Okay, audio cue. So we kind of played around with this in another stream, I think. Yes. Where did I put the code for it though? Is it here? Second sketchbook. April, no, buzzer test. ESP32 buzzer. Yeah, it's this guy. So let's bring in all of this stuff. Okay, so we need, yeah. I guess I'll bring in all of this. Let's move it over there. Oops. We don't need the desk at the moment. Yeah, just for anybody like thinking about trying out Telegram as well, I think ignoring even the bot stuff, which I do think is great, I think it's actually the nicest messenger in terms of just features or whatever. Yeah. You know what kind of stuff I tend to work. Ruh-roh. Yeah, like yeah, the channels on Telegram is pretty nice. If any of you are soccer fans, I have a pretty popular channel actually for goals that come from the Premier League. So yeah, that works pretty good. Yeah, the I love that, right? So one of its downfalls that people say is that there's by default there's no two-way chats or two-way authentication, two-way encrypted chats. You can enable them with secret chats, but by default they're not there. And what that allows for is that any device that I'm logged into, I have synced up messages across them all. So like WhatsApp, they do have a web app version, but your phone needs to be on. With Telegram, like my phone could be off, could be buried, it doesn't matter. I'm already signed in on this computer and I can just use it like normal. Even when I'm making videos, if I took a picture of like what's on my desk, rather than plug my phone in, I'll just send it to myself on Telegram and it appears in my desktop client in like seconds. So yeah, I do really like it. but I'm going to stop advertising Telegram now. Still, you're right, it is banned in Russia as of quite recently. I think they have been kind of getting around it by just moving servers all the time, but yeah, certainly something to be careful about, for sure. Not 100% sure I'd feel super comfortable in Russia in general. I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong with that, but there's a lot of people actually in the Telegram group chat and stuff that are Russians, and like seem like really nice people or whatever. It's just the I don't know. I would just be a little bit scared going to Russia and loads of different places, like even, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they were literally just banning huge amounts of AWS and Google IP addresses to try do it, like, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy though. Like, it's that sort of stuff. Like, do you want to go to a place that's trying to censor people like that? Just, I don't know. Sorry if that offends anyone. Okay, so LCD right 125, and then it's changing the tone. So I think I can just do this and this. Okay, so let's make a method which is void. No. Let's just call it. Oh yeah, I can say what I want. I won't be offending any Russians because it'll all be banned. Yeah, the Irish ISPs, like, I can kind of understand banning like streaming sites. I'm not as bothered about that, but just like, if someone just banned Google or Telegram or WhatsApp or whatever, I'd be like, that's crazy. Because like for the ISPs, they get a lot of pressure from the copyright owners or whatever. Like some Irish ISPs have taken copyright owners to court to protect their users, which is, in fairness, pretty cool. Like, it is still censoring, but like it is more understandable than just blocking Telegram or whatever. See you, Mike. Thanks for joining. I guess I need to put in a delay here as well. I will replace the delay at some stage, but this will do for the moment. Channel frequency, I don't know. It seems to get a bit more pleasant as it gets higher, so I'll start with a frequency of 1,000. Does that mean still if you change your DNS server to be Google's that like nothing is blocked then? The 8888 DNS server? Yeah, let's make this a bit higher. Okay, so generate tone. So let's just put that in somewhere. That's interesting. Yeah, no, definitely like Kodi or whatever the plugins for Kodi they were banned by my ISP recently. Well, not recently, a couple of years ago. Yeah, like I'd agree. I wouldn't be in favor of censoring in general, but what can you do? I'm not going to fight overly hard for like someone banning the Pirate Bay when there's like a bazillion ways to get around it. So life finds a way. Right, so let's generate a tone every. Though I better not do it every time I get a message. I kind of need to know when I get my first one. Okay, so I can do that by... Let's create a new variable, which is what am I going to call this? So I just want to set a flag that, like, when I first, I don't know, Boolean is first location received, and we'll just let that equal to true, and then we will set that to be false in here after we get it. So, oops. Is first location received. I was watching BitLooney Labs stream there a few weeks ago, and I was really surprised to hear him talking about oh man, that is so cool. I actually really want that. Oh, is it using that PCA? It's using that servo driver that I made a video on recently enough, or it looks like it anyways. Hey Sadrus, how's it going? Am I sweeping through the frequencies, aren't you? I don't know. I was. In this one I was, but I'm just gonna hard code like 4000 because, I don't know, it sounded nicer as it got louder, I think, or the frequency went higher. But we can adjust it anyways. So, like, I'd eventually like to get to like sort of a noise, but that's polish that we mightn't get to. So first location received is false. So now when we let's see if this works. Is this plugged in right? Sil, that is really nice. I advise people to check out Sil's link there. So yeah, my buzzer is just this kind of simple buzzer module. I think it's like 40 cents delivered from AliExpress. I have a little button in the back here just to turn it down, or turn it off, and it's actually off at the moment. So I've turned that on now. So that's already connected up. It's connected to the 3.3 volt rail. Still uploading. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like my ESP32 is dying. Do I need to... I don't even understand why... I don't even understand why it's making noise at all. Seeing as... Have I done the setup stuff? I have done the setup stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna share location again and see, does it make an actual real tone noise? I presume you can hear that, can you? Okay, so it seems like I have to write 0 back to it or something, because it doesn't seem to shut up. Okay, so let's presumably, yeah, sorry about that. It's as painful in real life too. I can turn down my mic the next time we're doing that though. So I think, okay, yeah, it's a bit high pitched, right? So that means the frequency is too high. So let's set it down to be like 2000 and see, does that work better? Let's even go for 1000. I also think that the one before that noise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write 0 to the channel, which hopefully will mean that it doesn't do anything. It sounded like a squealing capacitor. Okay, that's well put. So that's actually probably controlling the volume, that LEDC, right? So I'm hoping that will shut it up again afterwards. So let's see what it. Yeah, I can. Do I have any spare tape? I can put my finger over it for the moment. Takes a while to upload an ESP32. It's uploading. Yeah, so like my hope is to enter this into the Instructables microcontroller contest. It's probably better suited for like an IoT contest, but there is no IoT contest at the moment, so microcontroller will have to do. Yeah, so done uploading. Okay, so there's no squeal anymore, which is good. Okay, so I just updated there. Oh, I have it off. The squeal is still there. So let's just reset the board. Why is that squealing? I thought if I wrote a duty cycle of 0 to it, that it would stop it doing it. So horrible. That's driving me crazy. Get out of my head. Alright, so the buzzer went off fine. Yeah, let me try that. So it's connected to pin 17. Let's see, is there actually anything wrong with the module itself? Is there? Okay, no. So if that's pulled, maybe a pull down resistor would help. This couldn't hurt. It wasn't making noise like that before, but I guess the only time I was trying to use it at all was during this thing that was always making noise. So okay, let's see. So the pin that it's on is pin 17. which I attach up here. Okay, so I think Gavin's suggestion is good. So let's do digital right 17 low. Yeah, I presume it's floating. It's not Leo, or Leo. It is Leo. Because like when I pull out that cable, it works fine. Like it's not making any noise. So I presume the GPIO pin is floating or something. I wonder if writing digital right low to it is gonna break it, but we'll see. That's why I thought a pull down resistor would work. We'll see what the digital write does to it. I'll turn it on anyways. There's no noise coming. It's still uploading at the moment, but the no noise is so peaceful. Yeah, so like I pulled out the white wire and it worked fine. Like it didn't make any noise. So is it set to an input before I use it? Ooh, I don't set it as an input before I use it. That could be a problem. Or an output. And I don't either way, like. It has internal pull ups, not pull downs. It could be, yeah, so that digital write in the pin didn't work, but I don't set it as an output. That could be a problem. So what was it? Pin mode 17 output. Right, isn't that it? I think so. I need to take Sill's thing off the side of my screen because I keep looking at it going, I want it, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough servos. I have a few, but I wouldn't have that many. And if I did have lots of servos, I'd make a remote control spider for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe the output will fix it. Oh, my silence is turned off. Off. Yeah, if this doesn't work, I'll just go with the pull. It's not turning off. Okay, so it seemed to make it a bit better, but not. It didn't fix it. Okay, so let's. I guess we'll keep it in there. What did I call it? It was sugar. Oh. Yeah, 42 servos. You'd be surprised as well, like you'd need a pretty big power supply for 42 servos. Pin mode 17 is an output. No, I'm gonna just grab a pull down resistor as well. It's stuck to beeping on at the moment. Gosh, it's going back down. Just need to grab a resistor. 2 seconds. I have some resistors here, but I've no idea what value they're. 330 or something. That's probably not enough. I'd need like 10k or something. Adding that resistor didn't do anything. It for pull downs, you'd normally add something relatively big. I put it back in now, but like when I reset the board to make it turn back off. Just 1 second there. That's true, too. About how many you want to run at one time. Right, so that's a 10k resistor, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. Okay. It's still there. Oh, interesting. It's the current draw of the screen. So if I plug, so you can hear that now, right? If I plug out the screen, it completely stops. So a capacitor, the supply should be okay. I'm terrible at this stuff, I'm not gonna lie, but the supply line should be clean because it's coming from a voltage regulator, but I guess it's being noisied back up by the display. So if I put a capacitor in on the power line, it should hopefully help. What do I think? 100 microfarad capacitor? Ugh, noise. No, 100 microfarad capacitor didn't do anything. Does anyone have a suggestion for a capacitor size that would make a difference here? Right next to the buzzer. Okay. We want to go across the power rails, right? That has made a big difference. So it's too big, so I should get a smaller capacitor, is it? Like a smaller value, like, oops. What size do you think? Like a 10 microfarad capacitor or something? Oops. I have like little tiny ones or any nanofarad capacitors like that. Seems to be updating pretty regularly there. $104. Thank you. I was just about to ask, can somebody tell me what the number is of that? You okay, so I'll try a 104. So this is 100 nanofarad, is it? Oops. The switch is kind of in my way now. The 104 hasn't done a huge amount for me now. Oops. I might give myself a bit more room as well to do what I want. Will I? No. Be fine. Shush. The 100 microfarad capacitor does a better job than the 104. Like, I can just about hear it with the 100 microfarad capacitor. But we think that's too big though, is it? Like, maybe I just wasn't making a good connection with them. I don't know. Where is it? You can't hear it anymore. Here's a 100 nanofarad capacitor, electrolytic one. So let's give that a go. This noise will haunt my nightmares or dreams. Shush. Let's just plug him in there. One in there, one in there. Actually, in. We're in. So 2 in parallel. That's doing very little at the moment anyways. So if I'm doing 2 in parallel, I'm going to need to expand my my operations a bit. I'll leave you in there, you in there. I'll move you down here. The wire is just too short. So this is my 100 microfarad capacitor. Put him in for I'll put the 104 in. Hey there, Parse T07. How's it going? What's on my phone? Could be running out of battery too. Still alive for the minute. This Beautiful silence. Ugh, it's just not. Okay, so that's that. I'll put the big cap can go in there. The little cap in here. Now I just need to connect up ground to ground. And just use this long blue wire for the. No, it's too long. Do I have any shorter ones to hand here? It's a bit shorter. Still quite long though. I don't know actually. Parse TO7. Yeah, I can still hear that. It's way worse when I take out the 100 nanofarad capacitor. It seems to be better the bigger cap I put in it. That's as big a cap as I have done. 220. Yeah. Yeah, this would drive me crazy if I could, like if this was just, that noise was in my kitchen all the time though. So, the other thing that I could do is, this is a Lowland board, right? Is I could although that's interesting. The 5-volt noise our line is just as noisy. So the 3.3 volt line isn't too bad. Two of the big caps in parallel would be the same as one twice the size. Oh, that seems like a massive cap. Still a 220 microfarad one. Okay, let's give that a go. Taking out the... Oh. I thought taking out the smaller one had made a difference, but it was just I had moved the bigger one. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably have to take a look at this some other time. Just cap everything. It's interesting though. Yeah, so I've ground signal and VCC going into the buzzer, and like if I plug out the signal, it's perfectly quiet, which makes me think that there's some noise on the signal line. Yeah, I don't know. Try a cap on the signal line. To ground, I presume? I'll try a small one. Small one didn't do anything anyways. Big one also didn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you can definitely hear the difference anyways when with and without the cap, but it's still, even with the caps, it's not quite enough. Yeah, okay. One of the last things I'll do is I'll try it not on the breadboard. How am I going to connect the cap to it? Sure, there's some way of doing this. Okay, so there's 3 random wires. Yeah, the cables could be garbage too. Some of them look pretty garbagey. These are all pretty VCC looking cables, which are, we'll just go what we have. So this brownie colored one is ground, which is about as good as I can do. So let's connect to nice fresh ground. It's that guy there. So this red one is signal. So let's connect to signal. Now let's connect to 3.3 volts, which is this guy. Resistor on the line. Couldn't hurt anyways. So let's just put that in there. Signal line, pick up noise from other pins in the ESP resistor on the line and pull down. Try a 10k resistor from pin to the buzzer signal, and then 100k from there to ground, or even a cap between buzzer signal and ground. Okay. Let's give that gotta go. So, there's my. It's a 10K. Let's get ourselves some nice wires here as well. So we want the 10K between the pin, which is 17, and the buzzer. Is that what you were saying? And then we'll get some mail pins. Okay, so then we're connecting ground to ground, and we're connecting VCC to 3 volts. So that's without a cap. Oops. Oh. Did I just short? Something? Not permanently, anyways. So the 10K from the pin to the buzzer signal, that, and then 100K from there to ground, or even a cap between the buzzer signal and ground. The cap between the signal and ground doesn't seem to be doing a lot anyways. Nope. Let's try a big pull down resistor. My resistors. Oops. Does anyone know what an 100K resistor color code is off the top of their head? We just need to use a different pin, I don't know. There we go. Hey, thanks for the follow, Resolver. I can't imagine this is particularly exciting, so appreciate the vote of support. Nope. Large pull downs doing nothing either. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. So like putting in the big cap helps. Putting in the smaller cap doesn't seem to do anything. Putting in more big caps doesn't seem to help. Like literally doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish up defeated on this one. I need to go back to the drawing board on it. Yeah, there must be just some noise on the on one of the lines or whatever. I don't know if I have another buzzer exactly like this. I have 3.3 volts, but I also tried 5 volts and it was just as noisy, if not noisier. Yeah, I might have to like this is like I have more of these, but I don't have more of these, so I'll have to get a transistor and put it in and see if it's less noisy with a different transistor. I think as uncool as it's going to be, I might just finish up there because I'm pretty tired, and yeah, this is something I guess I better just like hash out and figure it out, because yeah, I can't live with that noise. I know you can't hear it anymore, but I'll be able to hear it. Like, I'm the type of person that as soon as like a power supply starts making that kind of a noise, I'm out. Like, I just don't want. I need to get rid of it. Yeah, Andreas, come save me. This is actually one of the first times where I'd be like, man, an oscilloscope would be pretty useful to me right now. So, ooh, maybe I'll have to put it on my to-do or shopping list. Oh, with any luck, there's one in my big mailbox. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, guys. Thanks a lot for joining, everybody. Sorry that we'll have to leave it at that. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on Twitter. If any of you follow me, I'll let you know what the resolution to this is. Thanks so much for joining, everybody, and yeah, I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.